Praise be to Jesus Christ, dear children. We are learning about God's love for us and how it is beautiful to live with God always, and how many times we don't listen to God and commit sins. God loves us so much and He calls us to enter into the divine life. Today, we will be learning more about the chapter Man Who Loses Divine Life in the second chapter. Shall we begin our class with a small prayer? Yes. So my dear children, I want all of you to keep your back straight, join your hands, close your eyes and repeat after me. Lord Jesus, You who enable us to be obedient children, to be Your children, help us to be always near You and follow Your commands. Help us during this lesson to understand everything deeply and meaningfully. So my dear children, let us have a quick recap of what we learned in the last class. In the last class, we learned about the virtue of obedience. We learned about the meaning of obedience. That means we have to obey God and also all the elders. Yes or no? Yes. God tells us never tell lies. We should never tell lies. God tells us never harm anybody. We should not harm anybody, my dear children. No animals, no birds or plants will be harmed. Why is God telling us all these things? Because He does not want us to become bad children. When we obey God, we will be very happy with God. And we also become good friends with God. We also heard a story of a very naughty chick and the mother hen. How the chick wandered around and almost got into trouble. You'll remember that story? Finally, we saw how Satan came to evil and told her that she can be as powerful as God Himself, and told her to eat the fruit from the tree of good and evil. God had strictly told Adam and Eve that you are not to eat the fruit from that tree. But Satan wanted Adam and Eve to be away from God. First, Eve was not convinced by Satan. Then slowly she thought, it's okay to eat the fruit from that tree of good and evil. And then what she did? She told Adam, have a bite. It's very juicy. And suddenly, they felt so bad. And they felt that they have disobeyed their God. They were so ashamed of themselves. And they were afraid of God. They hid themselves behind some bushes. We learned that if we obey, we never fall into any kind of danger. Now let's continue the lesson, children. In today's class, we will be learning how Adam and Eve, by disobeying God's command, fell into sin and lost their precious divine life in the Garden of Eden with God. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, we read, God said to Adam and Eve, you shall eat of every tree of garden, but from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you shall not eat. So, my dear children, what did we just hear? When we disobey God's command, we sin. It is God who gave us our parents, our family, our siblings, good school, our teachers. If we disobey them, we are disobeying our God. Thus, we commit sin. Do you like to sin? No. Nobody liked to sin. So then, what happened to Adam and Eve, dear children, after committing that grave sin? As usual in the evening, God came to the garden for a walk. Adam and Eve couldn't go near the God. They had acted against Him. They disobeyed Him. They were afraid, ashamed, and hid themselves among the trees. Very sad. So we see that when we sin, we disobey God. We become afraid. We try to hide from Him. That's so bad. Children, let me ask you all a very simple question. Do you all want to live in shame, hiding yourself, or you all want to be very happy, full of joy? Yes, all of us want to live happily. Yes, right. This can happen only if we obey our God. And always make sure that you are not doing anything wrong against your parents, your elder siblings, elders in the family, your teachers. Now, let us learn a Bible verse about obeying God. Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching." John chapter 14, verse 23. I want all of you to repeat this Bible verse after me, dear children. Come on. Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching." John chapter 14, verse 23. Do remember to say this Bible verse during your daily family prayer. Now it's question time. Let me see whether you all have understood the lesson or not. Try to answer the following questions. So I want everybody's attention. The first question. From which tree in the Garden of Eden did God commanded our first parents not to eat? Yes, that's the right answer. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Second question. What was our first parents' sin? Yes, disobedience. Now the third question. Who tempted our first parents to act against the command of God? Right, the Satan. Now the fourth question. Why did Adam and Eve hide themselves among the trees? Think about it, children. Come on. Right. Because of their disobedience, they were afraid of him. So my dear children, these three messages we receive from this chapter. Let us say, first one, love God. Second one, obey Him. And the third one, be with Him. Will you all repeat this after me? The three main messages we get from this chapter. All of you, raise your hands, count and say. Number one, love God. Number two, obey Him. Number three, be with Him. Once again, come on. Love God, obey Him, and be with Him. All you children are very smart. I must say this. I'm sure you will obey your parents, teachers, elders, and above all, our Almighty God. And you all will keep away from sin. You all should do that, my dear children. Shall we do a small activity during this week? It's a very nice craft activity. So you are going to make a poster. For that, you have to take a paper plate, make a circle in the middle of the paper plate, and write the following Bible verse, where at the center of the paper plate. The Bible verse goes like this. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. I repeat, Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. I want all of you to decorate it very well and stick it on a poster as shown in the picture. Now, I want, once the poster is ready, I want all of you to take a picture of it and send it to your catechism teacher before the next class. Will you all do that? That's like my good children. Now, let us wind up the class with a small prayer. Please repeat after me. Lord God, hear my prayer. Keep me in your loving care and guide me always. Bless all those who love you. Amen. All right, my dear children, once again I repeat about the craft activity. We need a paper plate. You have to make a circle at the center and write the Bible verse. I repeat the Bible verse, Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Decorate it. Put all your creativity in it. Take a picture and send it to your catechism teacher. Let us end this session with a beautiful song.
Show that you believe, doing exactly as the Lord commands, doing it happily. Action is the key, do it immediately, joy you will receive. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. To live pure, we want to live clean, we want to do our best, sweetly submitting to authority, leaving to God the rest, walking in the light, keeping attitude right on the narrow way. For if we believe the word receive, we always will obey. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. We want to live pure, we want to live clean, we want to do our best, sweetly submitting to authority, leaving to God the rest, walking in the light, keeping attitude right on the narrow way. For if we believe the word we receive, we always will obey. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe.